Hello and welcome to another 10 minutes Pilates flow. So today is all about balancing. So we need some challenging positions. So rather than having our feet underneath the hips like we normally do, we're going to have our legs together. So squeeze them together, making one leg out of your two legs. Okay. Then we've got to tuck under as much as you can. So that might mean your knees are slightly soft, and that's okay. So tucking under, squeezing the legs together like a tree trunk. You can do this with your eyes closed, you might find it easier. So I just want you to focus on squeezing those legs together and how that instantly engages your core. And I want you to focus on your feet. So you should be having a little tripod sensation. You should be feeling the big behind the big toe, the little toe, and your heel as a tripod. So making sure they're evenly planted into the ground. You might have one foot that feels very different from the other side. Okay, so see whether you can make the relevant adjustments. Okay, just focus on that. And I want you to think from those tripods, sucking up the energy from the ground, and it goes through your tree trunk, through your core, and through the lungs, and then out through the branches, like your tree. Yeah, so sucking up that energy without clawing the toes. It's more sort of internal feeling thing. I want you to lengthen yourself. So when we balance, we never really are totally still, like nothing's ever totally still. So there will be an amount of movement. I don't want to say swaying, but there will be an amount of movement. So let that happen. So if I breathe in, I automatically sway to one direction. I want you to feel that energy coming up from the bottom upwards through the body. So then peel one heel off the ground, and you might have lost that energy that's going through the two legs now because you can't squeeze anymore. So what you're going to have to do is mentally transfer that energy onto one leg. Not 100%, just a little bit. So before you change over, before you release the heel, shift the energy to one side. So I'm still having energy going through this leg, but it has shifted. And let's see whether you can peel the toes off the floor. Really just focus. You will wobble, and that's absolutely fine. So if you were trying to do this with your eyes closed, I recommend that you're going to be opening your eyes for the balance, because it's incredibly hard to balance on one leg. So what I like about this one, you can still push your foot towards the other leg. Yeah, that brings that energy back in. Let's try the other side now. So squeezing together, make sure your balance underneath soft, release one heel, and let the foot slide up. Now if you're really wobbly with your balance, hold on to something, put the hand on and maybe one or two fingers to see how you're going. We've got very different levels of balancing. Some people can balance forever, others really struggle. My foot is doing this, it's adjusting all the time, and that's fine. So if this is easy enough, changing over again, squeeze the legs together. We're now going to float the leg a little bit higher. So still having contact with my leg. So I'm pushing the inside of the foot towards the knee. There you go. You could now float the arms up to the ceiling. Very nice. And we're going to try the other side. So squeeze together. Release the foot and sliding the foot up, keeping connection. Keep connection with the ground and floating the arms up. Let those wobbles happen. So I find this quite nice to have a reference point with squeezing the legs together. So let's try another one where we just float the leg forward. So squeeze legs together, tummy engaged, under bottom engaged, and float one leg forward. That's it, bring the arms to the side. So what often happens with balance, because we know we need to go onto one leg, we shift the weight over, which then makes it really hard to balance. You want to keep your shoulders over your hips. Yeah? So there's a transformation to one leg, but we don't want to lean. extra work, you can do this as you brush your teeth. Extra challenge. And try the other side. So squeeze together, feel that energy floating out. The thing is, by squeezing your legs together first, it automatically engages your core, which then makes it much more likely that you can balance. Excellent. So if you struggle with balancing, I recommend doing these ones first, maybe with holding on. If you're more experienced, we're going to now do some balances in awkward positions. So let's go, for example, let's have our legs wider, and we're going to take a side stretch. There we go, still making sure that you've got your back nice and upright. Now obviously you can't squeeze together, so we're going to reach down with this hand, and then transfer the weight onto that leg, and lift. So this is much harder now, because you haven't got your shoulders over your hips anymore, so it's a much more challenging position. You see how my leg is wobbling, and that's after all these years of dancing. Other side. So go for that side stretch. Energy reaches down, transfer weight, engage the core, and lift leg. And recover. Right, let's do a really awkward one. So we're going to roll down. Okay. And then going to stand on one leg and lift the other one backwards. So engage your tummy, lift one leg backwards. Let's go from there to make it harder. If it's really wobbly, you could circle your arms round. So this is not about how high the leg goes, it's just simply balancing in an awkward position. And then changing the legs. So bent knees, let the head hang, pick up the other foot. That's it. Just allow the arms to hang down like plumb lines. Just ignore the wobbling of the foot and circling round. So again, if this is really hard, you could of course touch the floor or have a pillow there or a chair, anything. But it's really good, even if all those wobbles, they're really good to articulate all those little muscles around the ankle. And let's come up. Good, we do one more. We go the same way down again, and I want you to move around so the leg moves anywhere you like. I'm going to show you what I mean. So we're going to go down. So I'm going to lift one leg up. So you could play aeroplane with the arms, so see where the arms or your body can go, and then just let the leg do things. And you probably will touch around in various places. You could put the hands down as well. Not a problem. Just see in what sort of awkward, unusual positions you can balance. Oh, click. So you don't have to do the same positions as me, you just go with the flow. It's all about learning, the knees learning where it needs to be in relation to the foot. And then we're going to try the other side. Pick one leg up. So I started with moving the arms on the other side. You can start by moving the leg. And this is all very good strengthening for the glutes and quads and hamstrings as well. So it's really good multi-purpose exercise, and your core obviously. And you're home alone, so nobody's watching. It's all good. Okay. Right. Okay, so have fun with that. Maybe send me a picture or video from balancing in an awkward position. I will see you for the next one. Bye.